Alright, today we're gonna go over my two favorite leg exercises that I've used over the last few years to build some pretty strong and some pretty decent legs. And following common sense, we should probably have a squat variation and a hip hinge variation. We're gonna start off with the squat variation, which is going to be the goat of all leg exercises, the barbell back squat. You probably saw this coming from miles away since I've been doing the exercise for years. It's also been in almost every single leg video that I have done over the last few years, and I post quite a lot about this on my Instagram. It is the absolute goat and an absolute staple for me for the last few years. It's absolutely amazing to build muscle mass and to get stronger. It is a very functional movement with a lot of carryover into a bunch of other exercises like any kind of squat variation or any kind of leg isolation exercise. It's also extremely scalable to cover a variety of rep ranges and a variety of strength levels, and above all, the potential to add weight to this exercise is almost limitless. Now, I'm fully aware of this huge discussion online, people saying that a squat is massively overrated and saying that not everybody should be doing barbell back squats. This is my take on it. So I am fully aware of the fact that people's anatomy plays a huge part into how that person is going to squat. The length of your femurs, or essentially like a lot of things to do with mobility, will play a massive factor into how a person is going to squat. And since the ankle and hip mobility of the vast majority of people is very poor, a lot of people won't really feel comfortable when they're doing back squats for the very first time. So I know why people aren't huge fan of back squats. The least you can do is try to get good at the goat of all leg exercises. At least give yourself a couple of years to try and get good at it. Work on ankle mobility, work on your hip mobility before saying that barbell back squats aren't made for you. I think that the majority of people, if you do your hip mobility and you work on your ankle mobility and you actually learn how to brace properly, you should be able to build yourself a pretty decent back squat, unless you're anatomically doomed, which isn't the case for the vast majority of people. And maybe after a couple of years you discover that you're just not very good at back squats, you simply can't get your head around it, then you can maybe try to do other things and to focus on leg press or hack squats or whatever. And then we're gonna talk about the second exercise, which is going to be a Romanian deadlift. Like I talked about at the start of this video, we're gonna have a squat and a hip hinge, and this is probably once again one of the goats in terms of hip hinge exercises. It's absolutely amazing to get bigger and to get stronger and to put a bit more emphasis on your glutes and your hamstrings, and the carryover from this exercise to a bunch of other exercises is absolutely enormous. It's also very scalable to work in a variety of rep ranges and also to suit a variety of strength levels. And then lastly, the potential to add weight to this exercise, just like on back squats, is almost limitless. The only downside that I see to this exercise is that you really need a lot of core strength to protect your lower back, but like I've talked about in previous videos, bracing properly and actually controlling your abs and protecting your lower back, I think, is an essential skill to have when you're going to the gym and probably in everyday life as well. And so if you want to teach yourself to brace properly, this is an absolutely amazing exercise to, do exactly that. And then one more thing, I actually do prefer this over stiff leg deadlifts or a conventional deadlift, since you can really control the weight a lot more, and I personally don't really see the point of doing like conventional deadlifts, whether they are normal stance or sumo stance, if your goal isn't to build a very impressive deadlift. But I'll leave that for you to discuss in the comment section down below. And with that being said, those are my two favorite leg exercises, two that I've used for the last 5 to 6 years to once again build myself a pretty decent set of legs. If you want programs to improve your back squat or to improve your RDL, the link is down below in the description. We'll get in contact and I'll see what I can do for you. If you have any more video ideas or questions, you can put those right below in the comment section. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Latest.